So here's something not so typical that you might see on Valentine's Day makeup wise. I want you to do something that's very just pretty and unexpected, and I really like the way it turned out. So hopefully you guys do too. You can always swap out the color no matter what. But I'm going to first start out with some moisturizer, and this is going to be really important to prep my skin for the foundation, which is Studio Fix Fluid by MAC. It's super matte and it looks flawless on the skin, but if you have really dry skin or dry areas, it will really cling onto that. So make sure that you put that moisturizer on really, really well. This foundation is just the prettiest foundation ever. I forget how good it is. So I'm using Prolongwear concealer to cover up the kind of deepness under my eyes, and I'm blending it out with a beauty blender. So when you cover up your entire face with foundation and concealer, sometimes your beauty marks kind of get hidden away. So I like to take a Q-tip and kind of brush it away so that your beauty marks look nice and deep. Now I'm taking this bronzer, like always, from NYX, and I'm using that as my transition color. I swear I'll use this in every single makeup tutorial. I try not to, but it's just like the best first step. I'm using this really pretty color. It's called Aqua. I think you can get it from the Pro line, and you can also order it online if you needed to. And I'm packing that on the lid with a flat brush. You really do have to layer this color, otherwise it'll just kind of be a very light wash. So take your time with that. And then you can also blend it out with a fluffy brush just in the edge. You may need to reapply some more just depending on how much it brushes away. Now this is Brown Script, and I'm using that on the very outer V. And I'm kind of doing it more like a backward C and not making this so dramatic. But I'm going to do a dramatic wing, so now I'm using Typographic on the very, very outer edge just to kind of target it a little bit more specifically to that area. Using the NYC liquid liner, I'm doing a very small wing, but it's kind of going to be very thin and precise. I really like this actually eyeliner. It's really good. It's very matte. It's very different from the Physicians Formula one, so I did enjoy this one. It just took me a while to get used to, for sure. Bam. Now I'm using this teeny weeny eyeliner called Smolder by MAC, and running that all along my eyeliner, lash line, waterline, waterline. Now this is Carbon. I'm going to use that very, very close to the lash line so it can kind of smudge out that waterline color and create a really intense bottom drop shadow. And I'm also using Brown Script again with a pencil brush and blending that to the Carbon as well. With the Stay Matte Rimmel Bronze, what is it called? It's a powder. I'm just setting my under eye concealer and also just mattifying some areas that tend to get oily for myself. And my nose seems to disappear whenever I do that, so I just kind of put a little bronzy poo right there, just in case people want to know if I have a nose or not. Now I'm using the Soft and Gentle Skinfinish as my inner highlight area, and I also put a little bit on the brow bone. I wanted to intensify the color just a tiny bit more, so I used some more Carbon and just very softly added that to the outer crease. This is Shadester by MAC, and I'm using that as my kind of contour bronzy color. And I like to make sure it blends all the way and throughout my face. I'm using Lingering Eyeliner Pencil, or I'm sorry, Eyebrow Pencil by MAC, and I'm just experimenting with these. So far I like them, and I layered that with Anastasia Duo Powder on top. I normally would have used the L'Oreal one, which is waterproof, but I thought I would use the other version, which is non-waterproof, just for tonight because I'm not going out tonight. And then I'm also carving out my cheekbones just a teeny bit more with a more precise brush and the same bronzer that I used before. This just kind of cuts the cheekbones a little bit sharper. Now I'm using Pink Swoon by MAC as my blush. Using Soft and Gentle again, I'm using that with a beauty blender just to kind of diffuse it a little bit more, not so precise. I want it to be like super just blown out all over. And I'm doing that on my nose and on my temples as well. And then I'm using these really pretty lashes. I believe they're like 114s or 45s, one of the two. And attaching that onto my lashes. Now this is the Stila Stay All Day Liquid Lipstick in Dolce. And it's very unique because it does have like a shimmer inside of it, which is different from the other ones, which are more matte, but it does dry matte. Now the lash glue tended to not dry completely clear, so I'm just putting a little bit more liquid liner on top of that. And that's pretty much all the makeup. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely swap out any color for the lid with something that's a little bit more your preference if you don't like the teal. But overall, this is like a really pretty makeup that just accentuates everyone's prettiest features. Hope you guys have an awesome Valentine's Day.